Marika Lake here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you inside this Scouting for Wild Ones homeschool curriculum. So this Scouting for Wild One is from A Gentle Feast, and I will leave a link in the description box down below to where I purchased this curriculum from, so you can go and check that out for yourself. Now we are doing this scouting. It's a scouting program designed to do with your children, and particularly with homeschoolers, and we actually use this curriculum as a part of a homeschool co-op that I am a part of. So it's just me and 3 other families we have joined together, and we meet every week. We have been for years, and we decided to do a scouting course together. We started using it last year. We've probably done about 3 units so far of the course, and my children are really loving it. It is so fun to do with our friends, and my friend is the one who is like our scout leader and leads the group, and we are actually really enjoying it. So I thought I would give you a look inside and a proper look at what this scouting curriculum is like. So I have purchased a PDF copy of Scouting for Wild Ones, and I have just printed it at home on my home computer, and I have just popped it in a 2-ring binder. I do have a binding machine, so you can bind it, but I've just put it in a folder to show you today. Now, people always ask me what printer I have at home. I have an Epson EcoTank, and we love that printer. Okay, let's dive in and have a look. All right, so just a letter from the author. Now, they have listed some additional resources here that you may need to use along with the scouting guide. You don't have to use these, but they're just a couple of books there that she has listed. And then we jump into the table of contents. So the subjects that are going to be covered in this scouting course is they're going to look at observation, stalking, tracking, hiking skills, compass work, using a map, knot tying, fire building, making a camp, the night sky, and we've got weather predictions and signalling as well. Now, as you can see, say here, here is the tracking unit, and then these are the different lessons within that tracking unit. So you can see some of them just have a few lessons, like the hiking is just a couple, but the tracking have quite a lot there. It is just an open and go curriculum. There will be some things, sometimes you will need to buy things to go along, but I'll get into that. But you can see it's just divided into different lessons. So lesson 1 here on tracking, you're looking at signs. Lesson 2 is human track. So this would take, if you're doing 1 a week, this one tracking unit would take like 7 weeks. So we've been using this, we're on our 2nd year of using this. We started using this last year, and we are still working our way through it. But they are all the units that are covered in this curriculum. Oh, and there was an introduction to scouting at the beginning too. Okay, so this is just the introduction. This is not really a lesson, it's kind of an introduction for the Scout Guide. And then there's this section here about how to use this course. So this course is actually written for groups or family style. So it is designed to have all different ages of children working together to complete the course. So it's not for a set age or a set year group. It's designed to be taught family style. And it just says here, children as young as 5 or 6 years old will find that they're capable of learning these skills, and teens and even adults will find themselves challenged by some of the activities. I know definitely for me, I have found some of them challenging, like we're doing compass work at the moment, and I've never done that before. So there's always something to learn for everybody. So it's great that it's designed for all ages. Each lesson has notes for the scout leader to help them prepare for the activities and to direct them to additional research and resources as well if it is required. And all of the lessons are scripted. So it's designed that you as the scout leader can just read aloud the script. You don't have to make it up. You can just read it aloud from the guidebook, which is great. That's why I kind of say it is open and go. There are a few things you'll need to collect, but you just open it and you read, and it has all the information for you. Now I think that's all really in that section. Okay, now this is jumping into the observation unit, and then there's lessons within that unit. So as you can see here, it's just got the unit at the top, and then it's got prep here. And then it is just telling you what you will need to gather for the lesson. So here it says, for the quick sight activity, gather about 20 small items found around the house, like coins, a spool of thread, paperclip, toy car, etc., a tray and a piece of cloth to cover the tray for each group of 5 or 6 children. And so it's been great. We have had to purchase some things, like we had to purchase compasses for the children to use, but like in the observation, these things we just had around the house, so it wasn't too much to go out and buy. So that is really great. And then as you can see here, it just says leader, and it says, you know, what you need to read aloud, which is super cool. All right. Lesson, so that was for the leader here. Oh, maybe I've confused you. What does it say? Leader, point out the following key benefits of being observant. Yeah, that's to read aloud, sorry. Okay, and here's into lesson 1, and it's giving the activity here, so telling you what to do for the activity and drawing conclusion, and then some challenge activities. Now they've listed 3 activities here. You might only do 1 or 2, you don't have to do all of them, but there's some extra challenging activities. And then it goes on to lesson 2. Again, set out the same. It has the prep here at the beginning, anything you might need to gather. Then as you can see, it says here leader, and it has the script all for you to read out. Then it has a practice activity, and then it has some extra challenge activities as well. And that's pretty much how each unit and each lesson is set out. So some of these activities can just be done in the home or in your backyard, but some of them are designed that you'll actually head out into the wilds to complete some of these activities. So it's been great. You could go out and find local nature reserves around where you live. Obviously, some of the tracking, when you're tracking animals, may be different to what area you live in, and so you just take in account for that. When it came to listening for the birds activity, we just made sure that we used birds that are in our actual local area, and we played sounds, and then went and look for those birds and things like that. So it is an American curriculum, but you can definitely use this curriculum wherever it is that you live. You just make some account for the animals that you might be tracking. For example, if they're saying, look for deer footprints, we definitely don't have any deer here in Australia, so we might instead go out looking for like kangaroo tracks, snake tracks, lizard tracks, and things like that. So you can definitely use it wherever it is that you are living. All right, so let's just stop here and actually just talk about just to give you an idea of what the activity's like. I can't show you them all, but let's have a look at this one. So this one's tracking, and this is lesson 2, and it's looking at human tracks, and it's got some prep information here. So it says a location with smooth sand, dirt, or mud must be located. So this will be an activity that you might want to go out and about for. It says a broom can be used on sand or dirt to smooth out the surface. An infrequently used dirt trail, wet sand at the shore or a lake, or a recently ploughed field would be a good location for this activity. Children and parents will take turns walking and running in different scenarios, and everyone will make observations about the changes in the tracks. If the weather allows, some of the exercises can be done with bare feet. This exercise can also be repeated in different locations and on different types of soil as preparation for later lessons. And let me just read you some of the script. So leader says, last time we learned about animal signs. Who can tell us what that means? And then here is an answer. So any clues that indicate the presence of an animal, like scat, footprints, or markings on trees or plants. Leader, now we are going to learn about how to track using footprints. Before we begin to learn about animal tracks, we're going to see what we can find out from human tracks. What are some things you might be able to learn just from tracks? And then you give the students time to answer, and here are some answers that they might come up with. Here is the practice activity about finding footprints. So the leader says, this activity will require you to use your observation skills. You'll be looking for the changes in tracks depending on the person making the tracks. It goes on, and then it tells them what to do. Begin with the following exercises, making observations after each. Then allow the children to come up with their own scenarios. The ground should be smooth between each exercise. 1. Get 2 children of similar size, one walking and one running, with tracks side by side. And then obviously you would make the observations. Number 2, the smallest child walking next to the largest child or an adult. Number 3, try one child running and on your signal turning sharply to one side. Try one child starts off walking and then breaks into a run, and then there's a few more. And then you're just talking through what is happening, you know, looking at the tracks that they've made. And here is the drawing conclusion section. It says, what are some patterns you noticed from the tracks we made today? So these are some of the observations you might make. You might see that larger people make deeper impressions. Moving faster makes the heel dig in deeper to the ground. And you could get the children to just discuss these conclusions, or you could have every child could have their scouting notebook and they could write their answers down. It kind of depends what you would like to do. And then the challenge activity for this one says, when you notice footprints on your nature walks, take a few minutes to study the tracks. Compare the tracks to each other. See what you can discern about the people who made the tracks using the skill practice in this lesson. Make notes of any significant observations in your journal. At the end of each section, there is a badge test that the children can take. So this is the end of the observation unit, and this is a badge test that they can take so that they can pass that unit, and they can have a couple of goes at passing the badge test if they don't pass it on the first go. But what my scout leader did, which was super fun, I'll just show you, is she got these cute little banners. She ordered these so that the children can hang them up in their bedrooms. So each of my children has one of these pennant flags, and they've just got their initials on there. And then each time they complete a badge test, they get one of these little badges. As you can see, it's just pinned on the other side. So they get one of these little badges that we had made up, and they can pin it onto their pennant flag. So far, we have done, this is observation, so it's a little magnifying glass. We have done the ropes test, so there's a picture of the rope, and then we did building fires, and you can see there that that is a little fire. So that is just another cute idea that you could do. You could, each of your kids who are doing this program, they could either have a t-shirt, and you could get create iron-on badges to go on their t-shirt, or the scouts, get a sash and get iron-ons on the sash. But we decided to go with a little wall pennant that they can hang up in their rooms, and as they get their little badges, they just pin them onto there. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope that you found that flip through helpful. Don't forget to check out the description box down below for the link to this curriculum so you can go and check it out for yourself. And I'll also pop a link in there to my Instagram page if you would like to follow along with me over there. And I put some other video links down there too that you might like to check out from my channel too. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.